about to make this video real quick. I don't feel good, but I'm about to make it anyway because I am sick of this. And if I got anybody born in the 70s and later, earlier, help me learn these young folks something because I'm sick of the regurgitation. You can't really talk about anything unless you thoroughly research, unless you live through it. And I lived through the 70s. And let me tell y'all something. Quit blaming women for everything, please. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now. When I was growing up, it wasn't no men in the house, just like it ain't no men in the house now. Because they didn't want to be. Okay? You have so many women trying to better themselves, move up out the hood, you know what I'm saying, get married, have a family, the whole white people, the American dream. When you had guys that rather just stand out on the corner or, sleep around the whole neighborhood and all this kind of stuff like that, beat on their women, you name it. Women begging men like, they in low income. About the most criminal I saw women getting is, so they can come up faster and get up out of the hood faster. They might agree to, like, say they was paying a certain, like, $50 a month for rent. They'll let the guy live with them because he might have a job or he might be selling drugs or whatever. So $50 a month, that shouldn't be shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could be able to get up out the hood, and the rest of the money is being saved towards a house, all of that good stuff. Begging these guys, come on, Will, let's hustle the system like this. Let's use it as a come up, when the guys were basically using it to be lazy, no, I'm saying, let me pay you this little $50 or whatever. Let me use your house to, sell my drugs in and all that kind of stuff like that. They may or may not throw the woman some extra money or whatever, but really the women were begging the men to help them to get out of the hood, to marry them, to let's do something better for our children, while the guys were just still trying to hustle them and the system together at the same time because they figure like, hey, I got this woman over here, I got that woman over there, what I'm saying? I ain't about to, marry you, I might make you think I'm about to marry you, but I'm not about to marry you, So while the women up here begging for a better life and trying to do something better, go to school, like I said, if any of them, was taking a risk on losing their housing, they were, taking a risk on a better chance of getting up out of there. So by the time they did find out that they was hustling the system, they'd be long gone, pay that money back or whatever they got to do, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm not on Section 8 or Metropolitan in our case, here where I stay at, I'm about to, just go ahead and just take this risk real quick. I ain't gonna need it in a minute because me and my boo, with his income, my income, we're about to come up. But no, that wasn't the case. The guys were really just using the women like they are now. It's nothing different except for it's more women accepting of it and thinking it's just the norm. Back then, that wasn't the norm. Women were, begging their significant others, to stick around and to help out, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna marry me, at least, you know what I'm saying, take care of your kids or whatever, help me get up out of here, because who wanted to, be in the hood? Nobody. But I'm just so sick of this narrative of, it was like the women wanted it like that, or it was the women's fault. The women wanted welfare. No, the fuck they didn't. You know how many women are? Take a breath. Like I said, I'm a 70s kid. And no, the fuck women were not kicking the men out. If anything, they were begging them to stay around. They were begging them to stick around, and the guys were trying to get the fuck out or use up the women. Don't play. Don't play. Come on, my women and the men. That's 70s, 60s, 50s. Come on now. Come on. If you were born in the 70s, 60s, or 50s, y'all know what I'm talking about. Tell the truth, please. And shame the devil. Most women were trying to be good wives, have a better life, wanting the men to stick around. They were begging these guys. Fighting each other over these guys. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a stable household, just to keep their man in the house, they were fighting amongst each other. It wasn't about jealousy. It was about, you know what I'm saying, keep preserving their families. Now this shit is more about, material and looking good and wanting to fight just to be fighting and everything. Now this shit is commercialized, but really, a lot of that came from just wanting a stable home. My mama was one. She was a good woman. Naren one, she was married. Not to my daddy, because my daddy was married to somebody else. Lying to my mama, talking about the divorce is in the mail. Be with me though, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with her anymore, you know what I'm saying? My papa was a Rolling Stone. It was plenty of Rolling Stone papas. You want to know why? Because they wasn't trying to do nothing that they was not trying to do. Stop lying. It sounds good. It sounds good. Sit up there and talk about feminism. Fuck feminism. I want no what? Feminism? That's some old new shit. Yeah, it was feminism back in the day, but I'm talking about black women and associated with it, and that's the reason why. There was so many submissive women back then, if you want to say, cooking and cleaning. Even in the hood, it was way more women. Shoot, you had such as, women was cooking so damn much, you knew who specialized in what. Cleaning all the time. But they got tired of that shit, because they got tired of waiting on little $50 a month, you know what I'm saying, per child, you know what I'm saying? So they started getting out, getting educations and shit, you know what I'm saying, getting jobs more. Shoot, I had a woman that came before me and said she envied my generation and stuff, because we wasn't just talking about it, we was being about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, our generation did something that they didn't do, you know what I'm saying? They only thought about a lot of shit because they was too busy trying to be a submissive wife and being the perfect woman, because the perfect woman stayed in the house, barefoot and pregnant, silent, better seen and not heard. Fuck that. We wasn't about to go for that. Watching the women being smacked around and abused, and you got 1,000 families all over the world and you still stuck in the hood. Come on now. I need y'all to give me a break on this. Somebody please share this, spread the word. I'm a 70s baby. Anybody 70s, 60s, 50s, please tell the truth. Help me tell the truth. Help me tell y'all story. I was there. I witnessed y'all begging these Negroes to please stay in the home. Please treat me right. Please treat your children right. Please help me pay more than just some low. And half the time they weren't even helping paying that. They thought that was too much. You was a gold if you wanted low, if you wanted the bare minimum. Market rent, what? Back then, shoot, nowadays, where I used to stay at in the hood, what? No more than like 6-7 month market rent. So low income, you was paying $0 to maybe $50 a month, $0 to $50 a month, and that was too much for a nigga to pay. $0 to $50 a month. You was gold digging back then. We can't never win. Cut it out. Somebody please help me. Guys that want to tell the truth. If y'all want to get in on, if y'all want, If y'all was that nigga, if y'all ain't that nigga no more, bleep it if you want to. If y'all was that type of guy, and now you ain't, you reformed, or just tell the truth. That's all I'm asking. Tell these young folks the truth, because they got life twisted. They confusing with this new generation where the grandmas is 20 years old and shit. Excuse me. Yeah, they still kids. Of course they doing childish stuff. They still kids. Stop it. Women did not choose welfare over the men. They settled for welfare because at least they knew it was something steady coming in. It might have not been much, but they knew they can depend on it as long as they did what they had to do, what they were supposed to do, as far as like sign that paperwork, go to this little program or whatever, something simple. That's why a lot of women really just started going to work, because they didn't want to, depend on that monthly check and them food stamps. They was like, shoot, I'm about to go to work. I'm about to, get more education and stuff like that so I can get a good job or, start my own business. It was far from what this propaganda is nowadays, and I'm sick of it. I'm so tired of people just spreading lies, and then y'all new generation females, women, whatever you want to call yourself nowadays, shims, hims, whatever the fucks, non-binaries, I don't care. Quit lying. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're regurgitating some shit that you heard somebody else say. You weren't there. I was. From household to household to household, same old thing. And you know what happened to these women when they begged these men to be good men? I watched them get dragged, beat, told that they wasn't nothing, left for somebody else that wasn't talking all of that wasn't begging them to put a penny in a household. Just be with me. I just want a man. A lot of these women weren't fighting just to be fighting. Sure, they was fighting because if they did have a man in the house that was paying the bills, you think she wanted him to be over her house. They was screwing a lot of women in the same neighborhood. That's why it was a lot of beefs. You had a dude that have a baby with this woman, and then two or three doors down, he got another child. You think they ain't gonna fight about it? When he up there practically saying it wasn't him, she practically raped me or something, lying, so he wouldn't have to take accountability for being out here being a man whore. I watched it. I literally watched dudes come home from their little nickel meetings, and basically just, I guess at their nickel meetings, they was saying, well, shoot, we would have to go home and beat these women into submission. So they did, dragging them, women running out the household, screaming, hollering, getting dragged, getting beat, getting slammed, getting kicked, all because they wanted better for their life. I refuse to let y'all lie on my ancestry. I refuse to let y'all sit up here and tell lies on them. No, they weren't choosing feminism over a good home for them and their children. No, they were not. They settled just to be able to feed their kids, just to have something dependable, because the guys weren't. They were never dependable. They were never consistent. Just like now. It's a lot of inconsistent guys that want something for nothing, still to this day. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. Quit lying. If you don't ask somebody, talk to somebody that was from back then. Don't just assume, don't just listen to these little bitter men that can't get nothing from a woman, so he want to sit up here and lie on her. It's stuff out, it's documentaries out there that's way more closer to the truth of what I'm saying, about where women's mindsets really were. The only thing women were stupid over words. They were stupid over so-called men. And I say so-called men because just being polite. They weren't men. They were little boys in men's suits and men bodies. You know, they weren't trying to do nothing but mooch. Mooch off of the women they slept with, mooch off of their mama, their grandma, anybody who would let them. Why y'all think that in the corporate world, in the commercial world, the biggest target are women and children when it comes to people selling stuff to people? They target women and children. Think about it, man. Think about it, woman. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, stop lying. And I'm starting not to feel good anymore, but I just had to get on here and just say that. Stop lying. And whoever appreciate real truth, please like this, please share this. Because somebody out here might need to hear this, because somebody could be about to make the biggest mistake of their life settling for some crap. If you did a raggedy ass dude that ain't good for nothing, or a couple of $100 and some food stamps a month, an inconsistent, no good for nothing, that you don't know if he may even give you anything but a hard time and a hard eggplant, fill in the blank however you want to. Or dang, this might not be much, but at least I know it's coming once a month as long as I do what I have to do. Which one will you choose until you get up on your feet? A consistent monthly income with no man in the house? Or somebody that ain't gonna never do shit for you but give you a hard time? Might come and beg you for your little couple of $100 as he make fun of you for having it. But he might come and, you know what I'm saying, give you a little sob story about how hungry he is or whatever. He just need this to flip it. Oh, let's talk about the flipping. Oh, yeah. They talk bad about your little welfare check. But how many of y'all women from the 70s, the 60s, when the welfare, how many of dudes wanted to flip your stuff? I was a kid. But how I knew about guys flipping women's little welfare checks and stuff. I was a child. Because grown-ups talk. And if you're a little observant child, you get to see it, hear it all. Come on, women. Come on. Be honest with me. Be honest with me. Tell the truth. Tell your story. Because I'm sure one of y'all going to see it if this gets spread far wide enough. You one of them women I was talking about. How many guys promise you, oh, I'm going to flip that check for you. And you know what I'm saying, I'm going to get my little portion. You gonna get double or whatever, triple, whatever. And you probably didn't see none of that. How many of y'all gave up y'all income tax checks? I remember that too. Hearing guys sitting up there promising to double, triple your stuff. And you never seen your money again. Now you and your baby's really hungry. And that's the real reason why you had to go get some welfare. Some help from somebody else or go beg. How many women done had men, but they gotta, still to this day, got men in the household, but you still gotta go beg somebody. Somebody probably with a welfare check for a couple of dollars until you get paid or whatever. How come you and that man can't make it to where you never have to beg again? Y'all can't make it together. Two grown-ups can't make it together. You gotta go. And 9 times out of 10, you probably looking down on that person because they get a welfare check, but you sure do know how to go and beg, and they give it up to you, don't they? And you may or may not pay them back. But how many of y'all had to go and borrow from your mama, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, or something like that barely had it, but you got a whole dude in the house and they ain't got nobody, but you had to go beg them so you could pay your rent or so you could feed your kids, but you got a whole dude in the house that you sleeping with. Please, somebody tell the truth with me. Please, somebody tell the truth with me. Some of y'all guys that did it to women, can you please tell the truth on what you did to these women, please? Stop it. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. And I'm not saying that it ain't no horrible women out here, because a lot of women, they said, damn it, if I can't beat them, I watched them. Good women turn bad. Good women turn bad. Heck, I could have been in that category too, but I refused because I know the truth. I'm going to be good to who deserve me to be good to them, and I'm, check those who need to be checking. Let's stop the lies, please. Let's stop the lies. Please, let's stop the lies. Feminism and welfare did not kick the men out. They kicked themselves out. They wanted to be out. They wanted to be free to roam from home to home, even in the same neighborhood, even if it was from your house to next door. Tell the truth, ladies. Tell the truth, guys. But then when women started getting playing the game, then all the rules changed all of a sudden. This shit has to stop. Still to this day, ain't no woman kicking. Who in their right mind gonna have a stable home and ruin it? Not me. You got a good man that pay the bills, even cook and clean. He help you with the kids, take y'all on trips, don't cheat. I'm about to cut this short because I'm starting to get sick again. Tell the truth. You will not leave him, and you will have a problem if he stepped out on you. You will have a freaking problem. Why? Because you don't want your stable home to become unstable. That's just natural. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be mistreated. Nobody wants to be lied to. Nobody wants to go from unstable to stable back to unstable again, or stable to unstable. And everybody just wants to be stable. Nobody in their right mind wants to be unstable. Let's just face the facts. Women did not kick men out the house for a welfare check. That's a lie. When I was growing up, it used to make me sick to my stomach how many women were begging, literally dragging, as the guy was trying to get out the house. He had to beat her off of him. She was begging him to stay in the house, cut it out. Found out who the other woman is, go fight the woman. Just to drag him back home, just for him to leave back out again. Quit playing, stop the lies, please. And I am out. I love y'all. Till the next time. I'm gonna say it so you won't have to yet. But y'all gonna have to start telling the truth. Stop leaving people out here alone to tell the truth. Start telling the truth. Popping out your ass upside the head. Start telling the truth and shame the devil. Ain't no woman picking welfare now over no good man. Stop lying. We rather have a good man, but it ain't hardly any out here to choose from. Even the so-called good men, they ain't good men. They cheating on the low. They in everybody's inboxes and everybody's faces in real life and in everybody's inboxes online. Cut it out. They ain't no good man. He appears to be a good man. That's just an illusion. Stop associating paying some bills with being a good man. That ain't shit. Because he pay a few bills, or he go half, or whatever. Or he take you out. Or he in the house just because he exists. Some men think they're a good man just because they exist, because they there in your face. Oh, I'm good. I'm here, ain't I? How many of y'all heard that? I'm here, ain't I? Yeah, but what you doing while you here, bro? Sitting on your behind collecting dust and using up everything, causing you making bills higher. using up the electricity, using up all the toilet paper, eating up all me and the kids' food. Fuck here. Y'all just as ugly as the faces I'm making right now. Good land. Witty.